trigger that baby's laugh, and then right here, yeah, it's here, hear it again. I think I messed up. I pushed R3, and right here I should have just left it. But I was like, oh, well, where's... Because I kept thinking, did I get it? So I think you just have to really be... If you really feel your controller start to vibrate and everything, just remember, game's over, stop, just let the game do what it is. Hopefully it'll take you through that point and to the trailer. If not, I don't know. This game was definitely pretty tricky. I just wanted to kind of get out whatever I kind of possibly had on it. I just feel like I should try to get people more interested in that and just kind of seeing what this is. How do I get to this ending? There's plenty of, well, I don't know. I'll have the, I can have the ending for you though if you don't. I'm pretty sure you guys would probably have it though, so no, probably not even necessary to do it. But that radio, if you push R3, there's a way that if you start out in the beginning and run over there, you could probably push that and just head towards the telephone. That's another method I read, but we'll see. At this point, I'm pretty frustrated, so I'll just leave it up to you guys to, well, I just want, at this point, I was thinking, yeah, let's let them do it, because I probably have to go through and re-trigger the loop door, which we all know. And, you know, your R3, I needed to take a break at this point, so, you know, my R3 button, my finger was hurting on it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you pass. Thanks for watching.